Welcome back to this week's Comic Talk. I'm Matt Kay, and today I'll be talking about Action Comics 975 Part 2 of Superman Reborn. So if you missed out on this next big event, go ahead and click the link to be directed to Part 1. Until then, a quick recap. Superman has been dealing with an imposter Clark Kent since the start of DC Rebirth, and now it's finally coming to the tipping point. Kent stopped by last issue to drop off a book called The Kents, which ignited a blue flame which consumed Clark and Lois's house and their son, Jonathan Kent. This issue picks up explaining everything I just went over, all while Superman and Lois are flying Metropolis. The couple lands and rifles through this fake Clark Kent's apartment, finding nothing of importance except for plenty of candy. Our imposter pops up quietly behind Lois before Superman comes to break them up. We see him explain how he was trapped in a cell waiting for Superman to save him, and how, when he got out, he masqueraded as Clark Kent to solve his identity problem, but Superman and Lois are still kind of unsure who exactly this guy is. He starts off by transforming into Lex Luthor, and yells at Superman to say his name. This continues as he keeps transforming from Bizarro to Brainiac, Mogul, the Parasite, Cyborg Superman, and finally Doomsday. By the time he transforms into this last one, the enemy is finally clear, and the fake Clark Kent is revealed to be Mr. Mxyzptlk, and damn does he look mad. Damn! The imp from the 5th dimension makes a point to say that Superman will forget about his son just like he forgot about him. In the end, we see Superman and Lois in the apartment, with Superman still freaking out about his son, and Lois not even sure what he's talking about. Now, this is it, we get a secondary story that deals with Mxyzptlk and John in his dimension. Originally, we find out that Mix came to Earth to have some fun before being taken away. We see that Oz had kidnapped him, stating that he is chaos in Superman's life, and that he needs the events that he helped set to transpire. Mix isn't too worried, seeing how he believes Superman will come save him in a couple minutes, and there's nothing to worry about at all. Except, Superman doesn't come to save him. He comes to the realization that maybe the reason Superman doesn't want to save him is because he doesn't care. He explains to John that he thought their relationship meant more, and that in the end he realizes he's nothing more than an annoyance to Superman. Flashback to the jail, we see that after waiting for so long, he got tired and decided to start yelling his name backwards to finally escape. To fully escape Oz, Mxyzptlk had to take on another identity, that of Clark Kent, but actually convinced himself that he was Kent. Seeing the holes in his memory, he decides to visit the Superman family to get answers, but sees that they have all forgotten about him, and that's when his memories come rushing back. In the end, we see that Mix is planning on keeping John with him to play games for as long as he wants. So there you guys go, Mxyzptlk was our fake Clark Kent. I was really kind of hoping it wouldn't be him, simply for the fact that his powers are so vast, it would be easy just to make him Clark Kent. Hell, his first appearance was pretending to be Kent. But now the story has turned into an angry godlike being taking away what he doesn't like. And I was really hoping it would delve more into the mystery of the new 52 Superman with Oz being our antagonist, but it doesn't look like we're going to be getting to that. Another thing I find myself confused about is the timeline, the time in which this is all happening. In Superman 18, we see that Mix has already broken out of the jail, and we see Tim Drake laughing, meaning his quote-unquote death has already happened. But assuming when DC Rebirth started, so did the timeline of the comics currently out. This fake Clark Kent appeared in Action Comics 957 at the start of Rebirth, and then a couple months later, Tim Drake died in Detective Comics 940. So, I mean, when did this all exactly happen? I'm a little confused, you know? I mean, it could just be simple inconsistency, but some food for thought. As for the issue itself, I actually like the backstory more than the main one. I get that, you know, it's an anniversary issue, but 7 pages dedicated to each iconic villain, followed by a double spread of Mix, seems almost like a waste of pages. I mean, the backup, however, got right to the point and explained how and why Mxyzptlk ended up in this situation, and we see him in a different light. This isn't a villain as much as it is a kid who just wanted to play with his best friend. You know, a kid that's essentially a god. But whatever. Anyways, I did like all the throwbacks to the pre-Crisis, pre-Flashpoint era characters, you know, with Mxyzptlk and all Superman's villains. It looks like we're slowly moving back to the way things were before the New 52. And although I am disappointed that fake Clark turned out to be Mxyzptlk and not this beautiful bastard, I am excited at the thought of a more dangerous, devious Mxyzptlk. I'm curious where this will actually go. The next part of Superman Reborn will be released next week on Wednesday with Superman 19, so keep your eyes peeled. I know these character-heavy arcs are sometimes a little more confusing for newcomers, but if you have any questions, throw them down, and either myself or maybe even a viewer will step in to help you out. I'm generally curious to what you guys thought about the reveal, so let me know. Like always, if you have any comics you want me to talk about or recommendations for others, post it down below. Once again, I'm Matt K, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.